Well, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to Matt Mayeski YouTube channel. I'm filled with joy because the owner of this place has just come over and given me a glass of champagne. I stopped drinking alcohol quite a few years ago, and I've never felt better in my life. I've never felt as drunk in my life of happiness, drunk with happiness. You know, when I was a young lad, I used to go out with my friends and they all used to get drunk and I never drunk at all up until I got married. What does that mean? I didn't mean to say that. No, I just stopped. I just didn't want to drink alcohol, and my friends used to say, "Oh, you're always happy, Mark." And I look back now and think I was always happy. I used to, I didn't need to drink, and then I got divorced, and then I started drinking. Isn't that funny? How I started drinking after I got my first divorce. Funny that, eh? Eh? What does that tell you a little bit? So yeah, I'm drunk on happiness now. I spend most of my life looking after my body, eating well, and making sure I'm away from negative situations, negative people, because it's my choice. You see, at one time I believed that it wasn't my choice because people put pressure on you and they kind of tell you that you have to do this and you must do that. When anybody puts pressure on you and tells you this and that, do you know why they do that? Because they're fearful that you're going to run away, because normally when they say things like that, it's because they need something from you. Think about that. Think about that. It's really interesting, because do I ask anybody that I need them and they shouldn't do this and shouldn't do that? No, I don't. So what does that tell you? If I'm telling everybody you need to do this, you should do this, it's because I'm fearing that I'm not going to get something from you and I need it and I'm worried that you're going to go away. So I've never done that. I don't need anything from you. I don't want anything from you. If you give me something like a glass of champagne, I'd say thank you very much. But not that I want to drink it, but I don't need it. I don't need anything. I don't need anybody in this world. But don't get me wrong, it's completely different than me being appreciated, or me appreciating being around people that I love and people who come into my life that I think, wow, I'm so blessed to have this person in my life. That, you see, a lot of the way we think in one way. We think like a horse with blinkers, okay? That's how we think. And the world isn't like that. The world is far more complicated. There's more situations, issues, and all sorts of things that are happening at any given moment for our understanding. But ultimately, we have a choice. So my choice, my understanding, my path, my spiritual growth is I don't expect anything from you. And if you give me something as a gift, I'll take it and embrace it with all my love and heart, meaning a gift, not a thing, but you coming into my life. And if you're lovely, kind, caring, I'll probably be in your life forever. But when you start to expect something from me, when you start to demand, when you start to, there's a point sometimes when I think, whoa, I've crossed the line here. I've talked about this before, stepping over the line from helping somebody and then living their life. And certain people, once they've gone past that line, then you're in dangerous ground, because they're going to attack you if you ever move away or go away. So for me, I suppose today's video is about friendship. It's about how to live your life with other people and how not to get involved in the problems of other people. So you might think, well, that's not reality. You might argue back and say you're full of rubbish, Mark, because you can't live like that. What if you've got a problem child? What if you've got a mother that you have to take care of? What if you've got... I am talking about my personal growth and my journey. I am not telling you to do anything. I am just telling you what I experienced in my life, who came into my life, who left my life, and why my life is now filled with joy and happiness. So you might turn around and get angry at me and point the finger at me, and the reason why you'll do that is because you know in your head that you can't get away from a situation that you're in, or you think you can't get away from a situation that you're in. So now you're going to attack me to justify your standing in a place where you're in a bad place and you can't get away from it. So I'm going to attack Mark now because it makes me feel better and it justifies my being where I am in a bad place. So you can do what you want. I know my truth. I was in many bad situations But ultimately I look back now and think, yes, I went through them, but then I had a point where I thought, is this good for my life? So I ask you this question: if you're in a bad situation, is that bad situation causing you sadness? Okay, so if it's causing you sadness, what do you think that's doing to your brain, your emotion, your healthy body? You think it's making you feel good and strengthening you and making everything around you and in you powerful? No, it's not. So that's what I call a weak point of my life. So this is the weakness. This is what I need to grow stronger than. So you have two choices. You either let that go and do what you're doing without it affecting you, and if you can't do that, then you have to change the way your environment is. It's as simple as that. So, like I told you this about my dad before. My dad was a very abusive man, and later in life, as most of us do, we still want to love and take care and help and want our dad or mum's blessing or love. We want them to one day turn around and tell us that we're beautiful children and we're sorry for what we did. My dad could never do that. And every time I went to my dad, the more I tried to help. So I'd paint, I'd do this, I'd buy a new couch, I'd take him out, I'd do this, I'd do that. He'd get even more angrier and he'd be more abusive. And I thought, you know what? Because what I'm trying to tell you guys is this: I'm not telling you to walk away. That's not what I'm saying. If you think I'm telling you to walk away from your difficult situations, you've got me completely wrong. I would say stay in that situation till you tried your best and then the penny drops. Okay, this isn't working. It's never going to work. I have to now change the way I am. I have to change my environment, my life. I have to do something else because this is not healthy for me. And that the day came when I got into my big van, because I used to have a big van, and my dad just abused me really bad, and I started crying, and then all of a sudden I stopped crying, and then I started laughing. That was the turning point. Boom! It all made sense. My God, I'll never change that man. He will never change no matter what I do. And I looked up and I just laughed. I swear, the tears turned to laughter, and I said, wow, I suddenly get it. This is not about him. This is about me. I need to be stronger than that. So I switched the engine on, I drove off, and I made peace with that which would never happen in my life, because it wasn't meant to. I was meant to become stronger than my father, to break the mold of him. And I realized when I had a big smile on my face that I had broken the mold, that I got two beautiful children that I've never touched and hurt. I've only loved and cuddled them and told them every day how proud I am of them, and I am. So I'd broken the mold of my dad. So then I said, thanks, Dad. Thank you for the lesson. And now my dad's in spirit, and I feel him, and I can feel the love and the respect and all of the things that I wanted when he was here, which was my lesson. And he now says, now do you understand? And I go, I get it now. I get it. So sometimes we're here to really be a test for others. And that's how I saw it, and that's how I broke the mold from my dad, and that's how I became stronger, and it never affected me from that day on. And my dad moved into the light. I didn't go back to the UK to see him because I knew he would be the same man. Wouldn't made any difference at all. And I made my peace with him. I rung him up and told him I loved him just before he passed, and he said, who is this? I said, it's your son, Mark. Oh yes, okay. It's funny. But a lot of the fear of life is not seeing somebody, and when they move to the light, we'll never see them again. But that's actually rubbish. We see them more when they move into the light because they're with us more. They speak to us more. They share things more with us. Our hearts, we can, if we listen. So I can't. That's another story, right? That's another video. So guys, it's a lovely day. Whatever you're doing in life, remember, you can always change your life. It's basically you take responsibility, and remember, it is your choice and it's your life. So, live in sadness or find your happiness. The choice is yours. If anybody gets angry with you because you make a decision to go and find your happiness, then were they friends? Were they true family? No, they weren't, because if they were, they would encourage you to find your happiness. That's where I'll end this story. Just so you know, Four Seasons, the manager here said to me, I would welcome anybody to come here to have breakfast if they wanted a breakfast here, because I daren't come to begin with. So trust me, just come. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's a really beautiful treat. to treat yourself. And by treating yourself, you feel happier and stronger, and you go, wow, I'm worth it. And once you start realizing you're worth it, then more worth comes into your life, I promise. That's one little trick I've started to realize now. Believe in that you're worth it, and then the worth will come. It does, honestly. Have a great day, guys, from my heart to yours, from a beautiful Bali, from a beautiful Jimbaran beach. I'll just turn you around. There you go. Oh, is it beautiful? Just like you guys. Beautiful. Okay, thank you for subscribing to Mark Bayeski YouTube channel. Love you all. Take care. Have a great day. And thank you for buying your little crystal from markbayeski.com. They are now all being sent. They've all gone off today. So they're on the way. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Bye.